Hi boys and girls, welcome to Social Studies. This week in Social Studies, we're still talking about then and now, the way that things were then in the past and how they are now, and we're comparing them. And this is an interesting book called Then and Now, and it looks at different parts of life and how it was different back then. And you may be surprised at how it was, and I think you'll be really thankful that things are different now in a lot of ways. So let's go ahead and read Then and Now. It says, we have machines in our homes to do jobs for us. Now, I'm going to stop right there. What kind of machines do we have? We have washing machines. We have a dryer machine. Sometimes we have a vacuum or even robot vacuum machines. We have different machines. But back then it was a little bit different. Let's keep reading. Long ago, people's homes were different from ours. Here's a picture of what it looked like a lot of times in homes in the past. They did not have very many machines then. All the family had to help do the housework. Wow, this looks totally different, doesn't it? We have dishwashers to wash and dry our dishes. Long ago, everybody had to help with that job. There were no vacuum cleaners then. They had to sweep the floor with a broom. Wow! Can you imagine sweeping over and over again in your house? People could not wash and dry their clothes in machines like we do. Washing was put on a line outside to dry, and sometimes it got wet again. So they had to work really hard to get their clothes washed by hand. Then they put them on the line to dry, and then sometimes they got wet again. How would that happen? Yeah, if it starts raining, oh no, they got wet again. It's going to take a long time for them to get dry. Homes had gardens to grow fruit and vegetables. Here's a garden right here, and another side of it here. People could pick apples and pears from their trees. They made bread at home. There were no microwave ovens then, and no freezers or refrigerators. Wow, can you imagine? No microwaves, no fridges. Now we turn on a switch to get light and heat. Long ago, people had to light lamps at night. In winter, they had a fire burning wood or coal to make the house warm. Wow, can you imagine having a fire in the fireplace just to stay warm? I bet people wanted to sleep near the fire. Long ago, there was no television to watch. No television. Boys and girls, can you imagine? No television, no tablets, no cell phones, no phones really at all. And what did they do? It says, people listened to stories and music on the radio. Here's a radio. Now maybe at this time there was phones, but there weren't phones like we have with screens on them. You couldn't watch anything on a phone. It would just be hooked up to the wall and you could just talk on it. And that was it. And no TV to watch, no tablets. You would sit around and listen to what they were saying on the radio. It was music, stories. A lot of it was really fun, but it was just on the radio. They sang songs together and played music on a piano or a guitar. They didn't have computers with games to play. People played other games to have fun. The children's toys were different from ours. Many of their toys were made of wood or metal. Wow, no computers, no video games. What do you think? Just cars like this to play with. People like to play at the beach, just like we do now. They had fun long ago too. Okay, so they had fun, and it was different, but they had fun in a similar way. All right, that's our book today. Now, I would like you to draw a picture of something you really appreciate that's in your house. One thing. After reading this book, something that we can imagine they did not have back then. You could put a fridge, you could draw a picture of a fridge and try to write the word fridge. You could draw a picture of your video game system and try to write video games. You could draw a picture of your tablet and write the word tablet. Try to sound that out. You could draw your TV, whatever you can imagine that you are so glad that you have now after reading this book. Draw a picture of it and take a picture of that, upload it. Thank you for joining me today for Social Studies.